That's literally all you need to do. So you purchase one of these items, they can hide away in a junction box, and you can run the Night Sabre, acting as a welcome light only. Still on the topic with the Night Sabre, today's video, what I'm going to show is how we can incorporate the Night Sabre with an IP camera. Now, when I mean incorporate it with an IP camera, there's two different ways, and I'm going to cover both of them. First one is if your customer would like to have some welcome lighting. So the lighting would be just this white light. Normally you have to be an electrician if you're going to run mains cable outside, and not all security engineers are electricians. So what you can utilize is the Night Sabre. As it's PoE, it's low voltage, and if someone's already got an IP system installed, you can add the lighting with their IP cameras. How do you do that? We do that with the addition of something like this. So the one I've got here is the Hayden POE Multi. There are other brands out there that do them, like Veracity also. However, the one I've got my hands on at the moment is the Hayden, and this allows you to run two cameras down one network cable. I have covered a video in this before where you can, if you wanted to add a secondary camera where you've already got one existing IP camera, you can utilize this. But in this video, I'm going to show you now, we're going to utilize this to now have our CCTV camera work with the Night Sabre. Quite simple. I've got a PoE switch here. I'm going to put a cable. I'm going to put one end into the PoE switch. I'm going to have the cable. One's going to go into here and one's going to go into the Night Sabre. So let me get that wired up now. Now, utilizing the Hayden Multi PoE, I've got one side connected into the PoE switch. I've got the other side connected. One's going to the Ajax camera and one is going to the Night Sabre. And that's literally all you need to do. So you purchase one of these items, they can hide away in a junction box, and you can run the Night Sabre, acting as a welcome light only. Now, I did ask Ajax if it was possible via a motion detection, could that trigger an alarm on a wireless relay? At the moment, they can't, but however, Ajax Tech Support said that's not a bad idea and they will put that on the list. However, at the moment, you can just utilize it as welcome light. Now, it's not just with an Ajax camera. Let's say you had another camera. So I've got here a Uniview camera. I can pop that in and I can utilize it with a Uniview camera, a Dahua, Hikvision, any IP camera. Where I wanted to use the flashing strobes, this is where it gets a little bit different. So I need to have an IP camera that's got some alarm output. So this camera doesn't have any alarm outputs. However, this camera here does have some alarm outputs. I am tending to see a lot more of the IP cameras as they're coming that don't have the alarm output on the cameras themselves. That's because the cameras are now have the flashing lights, they've got the alarm, they've got the siren, so they're trying to do all the detection from the camera itself. So I've got myself here PTZ camera that's got some alarm outputs, and I'm now going to wire this up and have the PTZ camera trigger the Night Sabre on an alarm. So it could be intrusion detection, it could be a line crossing, could even be a manual alarm. Whatever settings are inside the camera to trigger an alarm, it can set off the Night Sabre. So I'm just going to do that now. So what I've done, I've wired it up to the alarm output of this PTZ camera, and that's now connected to the Night Sabre. Now I've set a rule up in the camera of a line detection. So if I was to walk in front of the camera, this is now going to trigger to the red and blue flashing light. As you'll see there, it's triggered into the red and blue flashing light. I've also got the option on the camera itself from the alarm output, I can trigger it. So let's say you want to put this on a commercial site where you've got some cameras, but you've not got an Ajax alarm system, because the last one I showed wiring with an intruder alarm system. However, it's going off because I'm waving in front of the camera. However, you want to utilize it with the CCTV camera. If I go to alarms and I've got the alarm output control, and now I won't stand in front of the camera, just from here, I'll activate it. I've activated the alarm. That's done that as well. So utilizing the alarm outputs from the CCTV camera, I'll just switch that off, utilizing the outputs as well. So Night Sabre are exhibiting at the upcoming security event, which is taking place from the 8th to the 10th of April at the NEC in Birmingham. So if you want to find out more, go and see them at the security event at the NEC.